Hi folks, today I want to talk about my Guide to Wild Foods and Useful Plants book. I want to read what Ed Begley had to say about it. He wrote the foreword. I have learned what little I know about the many plants that surround us in California very late in life by walking in the hills with Christopher Nyerges, and from reading and rereading an early version of his book Guide to Wild Foods and Useful Plants. I suggest readers do both. Hey, thanks Ed. This was the first book that I wrote, and it began by all of the notes that I would collect about the plants and interviews I did with people, and it was piles of paper on my bed that drove my mother crazy. And finally in 1978 it got compiled into my first book with line drawings. I think my moment of arrival came when I was listening to Pasadena City College one Saturday morning to the American Indian Hour, and Dorothy Poole, who was known locally as Chaparral Granny, was talking about some of the native plants, and I said, that sounded familiar. And I thumbed through my book, and then she's just reading out of my book. I said, that's fantastic. So in other words, people had finally accepted the book back in the late 70s and early 80s, and there are some colleges that actually use this as a textbook. But I have full color pictures of all the plants in here now. There's a picture of Dude McLean eating eucalyptus, the lerps off of the eucalyptus leaf. That alone is worth the book. And I talk about epizodi. I talk about some of the lesser known plants that people can use for food that are found here in our region. Now this is not strictly native plants. These are a lot of European weeds. For the most part, the book can be used all across the United States, even though I'm in Southern California and I have a Southern California bias. There is a pictorial key to the leaves and to the fruits of all of the plants that are used in the book, and it helps you get to the plant you want in a hurry. What I found really valuable about this book when I put it together was that my mentor and teacher, Dr. Leonid Inari from the LA County Arboretum, he helped me with the nomenclature, and he helped me with the appendix called Useful Plants. And that was the major plant groups that are entirely edible or mostly edible with some considerations, and that's the last part of the book. And it's not really a shortcut. You still need to do your homework, you still need to do your field work, you still need to do the work, do the research and find the plants. I do encourage you though, if you want to use wild foods for nutrition or to save money or for survival skills, do your homework, make sure you're eating the right plant. There's no reason to rush into it. You learn one thing at a time, just like I did, then you can start to use that plant. Chickweed, lamb's quarter, miner's lettuce, nightshade berries, it goes on and on. It's a wonderful book. It makes a great gift. I hope you get it, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, Ed Begley.